So, the next thing we're going to look at is scratch. Scratch is something that can be used, I would argue, from primary 4 upwards. You could probably use it with the smaller ones as well, maybe to introduce it. But I successfully managed to teach the primary 4s that were in the blogging ICT group to use Scratch. So I think they would be more than familiar with this. The primary 5s I had last year, the majority are confident in this. And some of the other students which I've worked with previously have come across it when I was here before. The great thing about Scratch is that it is very, very user-friendly. It's very fun, it's colourful, it's bright, but it also has consistently got examples of how-to guides and how to complete it. So the first thing you do with Scratch is, if you want to store the work the children are doing, you need to get them to join or sign in. But I'm actually just going to show you how to do it today. That's something that I can show you at a later date. So you can explore, which would let you see other people's examples of what they've done, or you can just try it out, create or try it out, whichever you like to do. I'm going to go create. And on create, what you'll see at this side of the computer is actually a step-by-step guide of how to get started, animate your name, make it fly, all the various things that you can do. How to for the various different aspects, and the blocks. The purpose of Scratch is a version of coding and organising the way in which things work in order to make your character move. The premise is that you can change how they walk, how they look, how they sound. You can change the different shades of them. You can change events around them. So when something happens, for example, if I press the space bar, at this point I want them to jump. You can obviously control them to repeat and do things, and you can also get them to sense things. For now though, I just want to get you started and play around. So you can either go with getting started with Scratch, but I'm actually going to cross, because that's something you can do yourself. When you go on, that will immediately come up. What you will see when you come up, first of all, is your character. I'm going to keep my character as the mouse for this one, because I just want to show you really basic things. I am going to get you to control your object based on an operation and the event. I think that when the space bar, actually no, when the green flag is, because then you can see when I do it. And all I'm going to do at this point is get them to move 10 steps and say hello, okay? So I've gone to motion, move 10 steps. As you can see down there, there's various different ways you can move. The looks are to get them to say something, so in a minute you'll see how that works. I'm not going to go into anything more complicated for now. I'm just going to get him to move 10 steps and say hello when I click the green flag, okay? So I'm going to go, and you can see he's moved 10 tiny steps. So if I want to make it more dramatic, I can click on the 10 steps and make it more, make it 100 steps. Move him over a bit, give him plenty of space. And I'm going to get him to say, hello, my name is Bob. Okay? So then you can personalise and edit these. This is the perfect way to start a lesson with children, just to let them have an opportunity to do this. Frankly, the children themselves will play around with it and will become experts very quickly. So press the green flag. He should move 100 steps and he should say, hello, my name is Bob. He moved 100 steps and he did. He said, hello, my name is Bob. If I wanted to, say, get them to do that and also maybe make a sound, I can then put in a sound. You can either pick meow or record your own sound, but for now we're just going to stick to meow. So we're going to get him to say meow, move 100 steps, then say hello, my name is. Okay? And I'll make it for slightly longer so we can see it. I'll make it 10. Okay? Great. And so now we have sound, we have steps, and we have say. This is very, very simple starting to how you move your sprite. Once you're confident with this, you can play around with it and you can make it more and more challenging, more complicated. But for that sort of training, it's probably best that you do that one-on-one. In terms of costumes, you can change your sprite, things that would be handy to do. So you go to change the sprite, you go to costumes, click on your sprite, click on the wee choose costume from the library, and this time I'm going to have a bat. So now we've got a bat. And I'm also going to, I've decided actually I'd quite like to record my own sound. So what I can do is I can record my sound. That is particularly good if you're on the tablets, or you can pick from file. So I'm going to upload a sound from the file. I think for a bat, a meow might not be appropriate. Oh, wrong one, sorry. From sounds. And I'm going to go for an animal sound, and hopefully there's something that's, let's go for an owl sound. What you can do is you can hear them before you use them. I'm going to go for rooster, because that'll be highly irritating in a class environment. So I go back to my script. I've now changed the sounds and added rooster. So I can then click green, and he'll say rooster, he'll move 100 steps, and he will say, hello, my name is Bob, and the new character's there. If I'm feeling really extravagant, this is kind of your first lesson, you can put in a backdrop. What I have done with previous classes is I've made it part of a wider project where they had to take the image themselves, therefore they've used the camera and have successfully been able to take an image and edit it as their backdrop. You can also, so I'm going to pick the beach. You can also, if you're feeling really, you want to get them creating things on art and on your Serif Draw Plus, you can actually create a sprite, a character on Serif, save it, and then use it in Scratch, which is another handy thing to do. So now I've got the bat, I've got a background, and I've got my mini script, which is when I click the green flag, he will make a sound of a rooster, move 100 steps, and say, hello, my name is Bob. Obviously, the best way to get really familiar with this is to play around with it, have a go, and of course, another really the simplest probably way to find out about it is to introduce the children to it, and quite quickly you will have some experts, I'm sure, in your class. So, the next thing we're going to look at is